Hello and welcome to your March 2022 Mindful Movers virtual class. Brought to you every month. You can do it when you have time, on demand, on YouTube. This month, I was inspired by the saying, in like a lion, out like a lamb, we say with the month of March. And when we put those things together, or when we find some kind of middle place between those things, that's balance in yoga. So we're going to work with a little bit of that concept of balance, finding a little heat and then settling in. Often as dancers, I feel like we often find the heat. We don't as much find the cooling, right? Sometimes we forget that very important part and we can get out of balance. And one of the major things I'm trying to do with mindful movers is bring us back to balance or keep us there. Okay. All that aside, props. 2 blocks, books, water bottles could also work well. Yoga blanket or any kind of blanket you might have in your house. Place those so they are in reaching distance near your mat. And then please come to your back. Active rest position. So that's your feet wide, maybe almost even to the edges of your mat, and then your knees knock in towards each other. You settle down on your back. Settling in, just noticing your breath. Right in here. The breath that you have come into this practice with, right? What's the quality, the tone, the tenor of your breath? Is it short and choppy or more smooth? That is really important information for how you go forward to shape your practice to be the best it can be for you today. A couple more breaths here. Maybe getting too deep in the breath, filling up pelvis to collarbones, side to side, front and back. Maybe setting a goal or intention for this class today, for beyond, for your day, even beyond that, for your week, etc. Maybe thinking about that concept of balance. Okay. And then from your constructive rest, reaching your body long, full body stretch, maybe pointing your toes out in front. Reach your arms back. Good morning, good afternoon, whenever time you might be practicing this. And you're going to go into a little core work, building that heat. Legs in a tabletop, Pilates tabletop, 90-degree angle, and extending the right leg. Nice and slow and gentle. You don't want to lower your leg so far that it changes the position of your low back on your mat. A few more rounds. Starting to build that heat. And then we're going to go into obliques. So hands behind your neck, right? Holding your neck up by itself, though. Don't use your arms to hold up neck. Nice and slow and mindful. Breath in, come back to center. Breath out, switch. A few more rounds. Let's do one more round each way. Lovely knees into chest, and it feels good to roll out knees one way and then the other. Maybe give your neck a little massage if it felt a little sore from that core work. And then rolling on up. 1, 2, 3, however many times feels good. Lovely. Crossing ankles, shoot them out behind you. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Feel your front body like a shelf for your back body. So drawing in and up in support. And then in your hands, like you're pushing away your mat, pushing into every fingertip, every knuckle, almost so that there becomes a suctioning up through your hands. And we also spread fingers wide like starfish. From that stable place, cat, cow, tailbone up to sky, big breath in. Tailbone down, bring your back up, breath out, let your head go. And a cow and a cat. Flowing through. If there are any other movements you'd like to add on here, please do. You can look back at your feet or take circles, anything you may know, or stick with cat cow, right? Simple is good. All right, wonderful. Stepping out to plank, starting to build heat, right? Continuing to build heat. Again, pushing the mat away, front body is a shelf for your back body. And can you lift your hips a little bit up? We're gonna take 2 more big, deep breaths here. Wonderful, drop your knees, take a little breather. And when you're ready, come back to your plank. Lifting your right leg an inch off your mat. An inch is not a lot. Knee to your right tricep, right knee to right tricep. And again. And then knee into chest, a little cat back, let your head go. Foot in between your thumbs. Whew. Reaching on up, low lunge. Pushing down through front heel. This front hip, draw gently in and back. Lift through your torso, but soften those front ribs down. And keep coming back to those principles. Left hand down, right arm up to sky, easy twist. Big breath in, feeling tall through spine. Breath out, maybe you twist a little more. Big breath in. Good, breath out. Both hands come on inside of front foot. I'm going to shift just so you can continue to see me. Taking your left foot to right side of mat, so you open up to a modified warrior 2. This front leg not caving in. Feel this thigh continuing to engage. Bend just a little deeper. Tailbone is heavy. Let's go up and back. Stay bent in that front knee. You're going to windmill your arms down. Take your left foot back to skinny edge of mat behind you. Shift back, half split. Couple breaths here. Breath in nice and long. Breath out. Can you release around that length? We're going to take a little flow here. Coming forward to a low lunge. Shift back to your half split. Forward to a low lunge. Shift back, half split. Last time. Wonderful. Taking that foot back, tabletop, and then to a plank. So lifting your left leg an inch off mat. Knee to tricep. Back to where it was, lifting an inch. Knee to tricep. Left tricep, that is. Knee into chest, pulling up, knee to nose. Maybe you'll lift your hips a little. Foot in between thumb, drop your back knee. Woo, you did it. Great job. Arms out and up. Grounding through front heel. Left hip gently in and back. Lift through torso, but those front ribs soften down. Beautiful. Right hand down, left arm up to sky. Couple breaths here. Top hand forward down, both hands on inside of front foot. Please your right foot to left edge of mat. Right arm goes forward, up, back. Modified warrior 2. See, I'm not caving this leg in. It's engaged and stays in line with my hip. We think about that lifting up through your torso, but front ribs soften down. Good. Let's go up and back. Exalted warrior modified. Windmilling arms. Take your right foot back behind you, skinny edge of mat. Long spine forward, breath out, shift back, half split. I have my right hip right over my right knee. Couple breaths here. I find length as I breathe in. I find softening as I breathe out. Amazing. Coming forward, long spine. And shift it back. And 2. and shift it back. Last time, coming forward. Forward to a tabletop. The plank, hips to sky, down dog. Maybe first down dog of the day, right? See what you need here. Maybe pedal out your heels. One heel could drop. The other come up. If you need a child's pose at any point, please take it. We're going to keep flowing through. I'm getting warm. I probably don't need my sweatshirt. All right, when you are ready, please jump, hop, or step your feet forward. Excuse me, yes, your feet forward to your hands for a forward fold. Folding forward here, easy. Rising up, I'm gonna back up a little bit so you can keep seeing me. Hands to heart, and down. Good, we're gonna take 3 sun salutations. Beautiful sun out today, right? Sun salutations are a great way to find heat in the body and a lot of little refinements you can cue into a lot of different poses. You don't have to go super fast. It's hard to find those refinements when we go super fast. You can find the heat without the speed, sometimes. Here we go, reaching up and fold right of your hips, long spine forward. Breath in, your heart comes forward, halfway lift. Breath out, Uttanasana, forward fold. You step one foot back and then the other. And we're going to drop knees, lower heart forward. Shine heart forward. And release. Hips to sky, down dog. Couple breaths. And then your right foot and left. Arms out and up, palms meet overhead. Heart center and down. Again. Arms out and up. I have the wall right here. You could also go forward and up if you also have space limitations. My arms are probably getting cut off, maybe even my head. Apologies. Folding at the hips. Breath in, long spine forward. Breath out, release. Leave your right foot and then left. Again, we're going to drop knees. Draw your heart forward. Elbows in and back. Baby cobra. Heart lifts. Pushing through tops of feet. Tailbone to your heels. Especially with dancers with very bendy backs. And through tabletop, hips to sky, down dog. And take steps or jump to your hands. Long spine forward, halfway lift. Breath out, release. Reach to sky. Hands to heart. Good, last round. Arms out and up. Or forward and up. Folded hips, long spine, forward. Halfway lift, heart rocks forward. Ardha Uttanasana. Breath out, release. Forward fold. If you have a jump back here, you are free to take it. Otherwise, take either foot. If you have a chaturanga in your practice, go ahead and take that. 90-degree angle in your arms. Heart comes forward, maybe an upward facing dog. Baby cobra is great as well. Hips to sky, down dog. Couple breaths here. And you feel that heat, that fire building in the body. Feet to hands, heart forward. Really. Forward and up. Couple breaths. And just noticing that resonance of movement in your body. Just dancer, as a dancer, you're likely very familiar with, and it's a feeling you like. All right, adjust my mat for a second. Adding on to that, and a little building on to what we also did before. Arms out and up. Fold right of your hips, long spine forward. Draw hard forward, halfway lift. Breath out, release. Please, stepping your left foot back long. Arms forward and up. We're going to drop the left hand down, right arm reaches. You're always free to drop the back knee. That is completely fine. Top arm forward, down, both hands on inside of front foot. Again, I'm going to switch just for a better visual for you. You're going to drop your back heel down, bend into front knee, your left arm forward, up, back, sinking deep, warrior two pose. Lifting your front hip off front thigh, tailbone is heavy. Again, can you lift through your torso, but feel your front ribs soften down and deep into front knee. Here we go. It's going to feel good straight into your front leg. Exalted triangle. Hip shift back. You can tiptoe your back foot a little forward as well. Hip shift back, reach super long. Triangle pose. The mini bend in this front knee. You don't want to hyperextend. Wonderful. From here, into a half moon pose, a block, or again, a water bottle, a book can be super helpful here. Spine lengthens forward until your back foot flies off your mat. Couple breaths, you're just tipping triangle pose on its side here. Of course, easier said than done, but that's to say keep all the same actions you found in your body. Lovely. Whoop, land. And I'll shift back around to a lunge, to step, to plank, to flow on through. You could drop your knees. If you have a full chaturanga, it's feeling good to your body right now, go ahead and take it. Legs lift, heart forward, upward facing dog, maybe, or baby cobra's great. Couple breaths. When you're ready, all that on the other side, so left foot in between your thumbs, arm rising forward and up. Lift through torso, front ribs soften down. Right hand drops, left arm up to sky, twist. Breath in, long spine. Breath out, can you twist a little more? A few more breaths. Breath in, last breath out, top hand, both hands on inside of front foot. Dial your back heel down, bend deep into front knee, right arm goes forward, up, back. Sink deep into your warrior two. You're a strong warrior. Tailbone's heavy, lift front hip off front thigh. Lift their torso, but soften those front ribs down. I keep saying these same things, but it takes repetition in our bodies until it's there, right? Just like in dance. Straighten your front leg, reach up and back. Arms to a T, tiptoe your back foot a little farther forward. Hip shift back and reach long for a triangle pose. You could do back of hand to inside of shin here. Another great option is a block. Or again, whatever you might have, a book or water bottle is also great. Breath in, nice long spine. Breath out, can you soften around that length you just found? When you're ready, if it's in your practice, if you're taking it, lengthen your spine forward, flex through your flying foot. Tipping triangle pose on its side. One more big deep breath. Keep your spine lengthening forward. Kick hard through that back foot. You're being pulled in two directions. Energy all throughout your body. Whoop, high wall. Breath out. Landing soft through front knee. Shift to face mat. Simply taking back foot to front foot. Let's take feet hips distance apart. Hold opposite elbow. Maybe a little sway would feel good. And coming to stand. Make sure you can see me. I'm backing up a little bit. Arms reach up. You're going to interlace fingers. Palms face the sky. Big breath in. We're going to side bend to the right. Nice stretch for the wrists. Always on our devices so much nowadays. Keeping in that center. So the tendency is to come off the left foot here. We want to stay centered in our feet. Good. Rising up. Let's take right hand down back. Left arm goes out to side. Maybe you meet your fingers. You could hold your shirt. Right? Another option is just to hold opposite elbow here. Wherever you are, that right tricep, can you feel it spinning forward? Can you lift a little through your chin? A couple breaths. Isn't necessarily dynamic movement that really moves through space a lot, but it can still be a lot of heat, a lot of fire through the body. Last breath. Lovely. Reaching up all at the other side. Side bend to your left. And not to come up through the right foot. Right? You want to stay centered, just like we do in dance. Keeping that center of gravity in our bodies. Breath in, back up. And same thing, cow face. You could grasp the fingers. Whoop. Excuse me, left hand down your back, right arm goes to the side. Maybe instead you're holding with your right hand just below your left elbow, placing the pressure directly on that joint. Lifting through your chin a little bit. Left tricep spins forward. Tendency also for those who have bendy backs, which is often dancers, right? Just jut ribs out. I'm going to feel those soften down. Couple more breaths. And breath out, let that release. Take any little movements that feel good. I like these kind of cooked spaghetti arms. Wonderful. Big breath in. And fold right at hips. Forward fold. Step the right foot forward. More yin-like poses here to find that lamb. Lizard pose. So your right foot is on right edge of mat. You could have your left knee up. You could drop it. If you don't feel much here, you could place your forearms down. It really depends on what your work is in the practice, right? I know for me, I have some hypermobility. So what I need to work on, actually building that strength and really encasing my joints in that strength, in that musculature, to keep them safe. Wherever you are here, just settling in, a few more breaths. Noticing what's happening in your body. All you really need to do is breathe, be, notice. Dancers are so busy, doing things, correcting things, striving towards an ideal. Yoga, in addition to building a space in which we can enhance our technique and artistry, it can also be a nice balancing force for all that doing, right? Sometimes it can let us just be. A few more breaths. Oh, amazing. Shift back. Maybe it feels good to take some circles through your hips. And eventually switching to the other side. So taking your left foot towards left outer edge of mat. Both hands are on inside of your front foot. You could have your back right knee up, digging your right toes into your mat. You could drop your back knee. What do you need? What is your work in the practice? What will bring you closer to balance? Right? Somewhere in between that lion and lamb is the balance that we strive for. Right? More breaths here. Wherever you are, can you just breathe and be and notice? Amazing. All right. Taking that leg back. You need to take a quick child's pose or anything that would feel nurturing. Eventually, we're going to come to a Sphinx pose. So that is, your forearms are in a number 11 shape. Elbows are just below your shoulders, or even better, tiny smidgen, like quarter of an inch forward of where your shoulders would land, right? Grounding through your legs, pushing through tops of feet, inner thighs spiral to the sky, true parallel. Heart lifting up. Maybe lift your chin a little bit. If it feels good, you could close your eyes. So just gaze softly forward is also great. Maybe rather it feels good to shake your neck side to side. What do you need? What will bring you closer to balance? A few more breaths. All right, wonderful. Take one hand on top of the other, bend your knees and just switch back and forth. Feet side to side, and just breathe. Lion and lamb, working towards balance. All righty, please take your blanket and you're gonna sit right on it. Bottoms of feet together, diamond shape. You're gonna reach up, palms to sky again, take a side bend towards your right. Couple breaths. Try not to come up through your left hip. You want to, again, just like when we're standing, stay centered. And then we take a twist. Back of left hand to outside of right thigh, other hand behind. Breath in nice and long through your spine. Breath out, can you twist just the tiniest bit more? Last breath in. Breath out, maybe you can twist just a bit more. And release. All that on the other side. Reach up. Interlace fingers, palms to sky. Big breath in, nice and tall. Breath outside, bend to your left. Try not to come up through your right hip. Probably gonna want to. And rising up. Twisting to your left. Breath in, nice and tall. Breath out, can you twist just the tiniest bit more? It's gonna be subtle. More breath. Last breath here. And breath out, let that release. Give your legs a shake. Feel good. And coming down to the back. Take a bridge pose. And place your feet so you can just about tickle your heels, though if you know you have a much longer torso in proportion to your legs, it's going to be a little farther out than that. Tailbone to your heels, coming up through your back, raise your hips. So fire up through your quads a little more, lift your hips a little more, maybe feel your heels drag back towards your shoulders. And keep squeezing inner thighs together as well, lifting hips. One more big breath in. Breath out, you can soften through your spine. Lovely. You can let your knees fall side to side. Windshield wiper. Awesome. Let's take Viparita Karani, legs up the wall. You don't even need to be on a wall. You could go to a wall when nearby. Roll out ankles and wrists. Just in general in modern life, we're on our devices a lot. Our wrists probably, hands and wrists could use a lot more love than we sometimes recognize. And as dancers, we're on our feet and ankles, lower leg. A lot of demand there, right? Use a little love. Maybe a little seaweed action eventually, just finding a gentle float if that feels good. Eventually bend at knees and take a Supta Baddha Konasana, so the shape that we did before, seated up, bottoms of feet together, knees wide, a diamond shape while you lie down. Few breaths here. You could stay here for a final rest, maybe extending your legs long. For a true Shavasana shape, right? Whatever whatever feels nurturing and restful to you, whatever will help you bring you closer to balance. So wherever you are, feel free to pause the video to take a longer rest. And if not, let's take 2 deep breaths in and out together from wherever you are. And last moment to breathe, to be, to notice, to work towards balance. Practice soaking into body, mind, spirit to help you go forward and do whatever you might need to do in your day. When you're ready, come to a fetal position, a ball on one side, and push yourself up to a comfortable seat. Again, if you need to pause the video, if you can take a longer rest, I would actually recommend that. But otherwise, seated up tall, hands at heart center, feeling rooted through your seat, but rising up like the flowers that will soon come and I'm very excited for. Rooted in the earth, rising up from that energy for nourishment, for life. Let's take hands in between third eye and bowing to the teacher and the student within. All right, wonderful. Thank you so much. I will see you next month with another class. Wishing you all the best with whether performances, rehearsals, anything you got going on in your amazing #dance life. All right, see you soon. Thanks so much.